Little Nitro.
Stat.
If James lost, he'd have to eat a dub.
I'm not doing that. Did you see that clip of Deion Sanders?
So you don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Deion.
Let me put some respect on his name. Do not adjust your TV sets. We are back for day 2 in a row. It's amazing. Thank y'all very much for joining in. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Producer James is in the building. He got the memo. The man of the DF dub probably didn't because he's wearing gray. But shout out to the Rangers doing magnificent things. There was a home run derby. Was it yesterday or a couple nights ago, Wes? Did you check it out?
Last.
Was it Vlad Guerrero Jr. who took it home?
Yep. First father-son duo to do it ever.
Was Ken Griffey Jr. really out there like taking photos like in the press corps? Was he really like snapping photos?
Probably. I mean, he's been pretty active because, it's in Seattle, so
Right.
we're all over the place. But I just saw really the highlights of it because we were
here.
We were doing you were taking us down the back roads.
Doing that thing and them back roads. Caldwell. I shouldn't say where it is. I'm just going to say Caldwell. Y'all can figure out the rest because there is a Caldwell, Texas. And I've been through some back roads in Caldwell, Texas too. So just leave it be what it is. But I don't know. That's kind of where I learned to drive, to be honest with you. Back roads, back gravel roads of, the county I grew up in. So, just didn't have any libations because, the sheriff department probably would frown upon that. But, don't drink and drive, kids. Get an Uber. It's especially coaches out there. Get an Uber, guys. Just saying. Make enough money. Anyways, big show tonight. It is the show where we will divulge our NFL all-time teams individually. It's going to be a fantastic segment. I'm looking forward to it greatly. More news trickling out about Northwestern and more information. So have y'all heard the new story that's kind of broken from this huge ordeal? So if you haven't, what have you heard, Wes? And then I won't bore you with the details.
Well, I don't know a lot of the details. Basically, what I saw, I think I was watching ESPN radio this morning. It's basically Patrick Fitzgerald Pat Fitzgerald, whatever.
Fitzgerald, yeah.
He's saying that he didn't know anything about the hazing, and there's players coming out that said he's basically kind of co-leader of it. Basically, like he would clap his hands and they would go do whatever the hazing was.
So you said players or you said player?
There's a player. They didn't name the player's name. They said a player said that he definitely knew about it, and he was definitely one of the guys that was, or he would start some of the hazing.
Yeah, and so what's kind of crazy about what's interesting about this story is there was information that dropped that the university had that they were privy to. So the university on the Friday before July 4th came out with a 2-week suspension after reviewing the comprehensive report from one former player who's no longer on the team, and they suspended Fitzgerald for 2 weeks. Well, as the news story grew and more attention came to it, that following Monday, which was yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, then they decided to terminate him. So what changed? I'm not saying Fitzgerald's innocent, but what I'm saying is why, if this was so egregious, why didn't it happen on Friday? What changed over the weekend? What changed over the week? So you're telling me that because more attention came to this, something changed? If you had the comprehensive report done by an independent investigator, a law firm, why now backtrack? Something doesn't make sense. Something's getting more fishy as time goes on. And a more telling tale is that the entire football team wrote a letter and in all capitalized signed it with the entire team supports Coach Fitzgerald. Now, were they coerced? I don't know. But what I do know is that the entire team word or 2 words was in all caps, meaning I think they sounded unified. So what in the allegations, which nobody except the university has access to, what allegations are so egregious that this went from a 2-week suspension to a few days later to a full-on termination? That just doesn't seem right. I'm not saying Fitzgerald's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty, but what I'm saying is when you walk things back like this, now the attention turns to leadership. The attention to somebody who made a split decision, knee-jerk reaction is either totally wrong or these allegations may not be as severe as maybe first reported.
Well, I just think it may be like, remember what happened with Ray Rice. It's kind of like, they gave him, they heard what happened and they gave him like 4 weeks or whatever.
Yep.
And then they saw what happened.
Absolutely.
And that's what happened. So maybe something like that came up. Maybe there is some video because everybody's had access to cameras for a while now.
Well,
so I mean, you're going back to 2000 4 or 5.
They're saying the early aughts. They're saying like 04, 05 when he was a coordinator.
Yeah, so people had camera ready phones out at that time. So you never know who may had something stored somewhere on a file and then it came up, or just maybe more people came forward. Maybe it was just one incident.
That's the thing. It's not being reported that multiple people are coming out. It's only being reported that one person said something. And so here's my thing. If this did occur in the early 2000s and he was a coordinator, why is this all of a sudden being talking about now? What's happening now? Well, something I touched on yesterday makes a whole lot more sense in my logic, in my head. When people lose their power structure, when establishments lose their power, they want to know who, where, what, why, and how, because they don't like when that gets taken away from them. And who was the team that was leading all of this accountability or lack thereof for the NCAA? Because the NCAA didn't want to pay. Just remember back early 2000s, whenever kids wanted to get paid for their name and likeness, everybody thought it was crazy. It's like, why do they need to get paid? What are they doing? Well, then when you start figuring how much money is being generated by student athletes, it's in the billions of dollars. People are starting to say, hold on, wait a minute. Maybe they do deserve something. Well, now NIL is the rule. And now they're going to try to put even more parameters on this to control how much money these young people are going to make. And I think that to me is just more of a telling sign. If you put it all together, it's like, listen, you took away our ability to kind of keep you out of the money pot, that being the student athletes. And now this university and players, somebody went and dug somewhere and said, hey, do you have a problem with this, coach? Do you have a problem with this? Do you have a problem with this? Okay, fine. They finally found one. Now, that's going to be really hard for me to prove, but it sure smells like it. It don't pass the sniff test to me. Now, whatever Fitzgerald did, if it is that egregious and there's video of it, man, put it out there. It makes a whole lot more sense for us to see what happened so that we can kind of have, instead of this being aired in the court of public opinion with just hearsay and reporting, let's all see it. Let's see what the investigation actually said. And to me, that's what gives me more pause. You all right there, buddy? You got somebody in the studio we don't know about?
Man, it sounds like Damon is acting up upstairs with his girlfriend. There's a lot of noise. Yeah, they're probably throwing a party. They're always partying.
Is they playing Juvenile up there? Is that what you're trying to tell me? They're moving furniture?
I mean, there's no telling. They're probably moving furniture to set up for the party so they have a dance floor. You know how you do it old school.
Man, I ain't been to a house party in a long time, brother. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, man. You got to get out.
I do, man. But, we had this huge, public health emergency a couple of years ago, and everybody kind of still stays up to themselves. And, I'm old now, man. Look at the beard. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going to be out with nobody.
Man, even I go out at least,
yeah, you go to flower shops. That's the thing, though. It's a totally different scene.
I haven't been to a flower shop in a while.
It's all good, brother. You don't got to deny it now. You wait till
I'm not denying.
wait till the people come into the chat, and then you go ahead and talk about it. You know, you can talk about certain, situations.
There's no denying it. I just said I haven't been in a while.
You're a rider. You're not going to deny it, but you're a rider. Is that what you're telling me? Can't deny it.
It's good atmosphere, friendly atmosphere.
I'm sure it is friendly, real friendly for a nominal fee. All right, fellas, let's get into it. It's that time. This is the segment. I should throw it over to Wes, right? Throw it over to Wes because he's the one kind of been handling this segment of the show, and I know he loves it. He gets that huge grin on his face, gets real comfortable. Look at him. I look at him getting up, he's sitting up straight now. Beautiful smile, beautiful grin. Go on, sir. Take it away.
Man, are y'all ready for this?
I was born ready.
I don't know if I'm ready. But here we go. We got the NFL all-time greatest team at each position. Number one at each position. Maybe a little different for each of us. But name your team. If you're watching, go ahead and put your team in the chat. I know everybody's going to say, we got to wait for Paul's decision because we know that's the ultimate team. So we'll go ahead. We're going to start with James, see if he did his homework. Let's see that homework, James.
I didn't do my homework.
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes, Wes. Look at my eyes. Roll them.
I didn't do my homework, man.
Roll them.
I'm going to ask for a little more time till Monday.
Okay.
Is that all right? I don't want to get totally
It's up to Wes.
here.
It's up to Wes here.
So are we gonna skip everybody? Or are we just waiting? We just gotta have him do his thing.
No,
so we just do me and yours.
I can give you y'all's. I'm special.
It's up to Wes. This is his segment.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll start off with mine. I'm gonna start off with offense.
Number one.
I'll start off with the line. So we start off with the line.
Oh, okay.
I'm going right tackle, Ogden.
Jonathan
right.
Ogden. Put some respect on his name, please. Jonathan
Ogden. Sorry.
Good pick.
We go to right guard. We go to Randall McDaniel.
Okay, good pick.
Center, we're going to Mike Webster.
Slow it down for the little people, man. Slow it down for it. Just let them simmer on it a little bit. Let them simmer on it.
Mike Webster, Steeler, great. We got left guard. We got Larry Allen.
Good pick.
Larry Allen, probably one of the strongest men to ever grace the NFL. And then we got left tackle. We got Anthony Munoz.
Great pick. That's solid, bro. Can't argue with it.
So that's a tough line. And then we're going to go with tight end. We're going to go with Tony Gonzalez. Tony
G.
Then we go to our wide receivers. I mean, we got to have two wide receivers. On everybody's team, the number one wide receiver is going to be Jerry Rice. And if you don't have Jerry Rice as the first receiver, I can't really respect your list. I'm just saying.
That's right. You might as well take a seat.
Huh?
You might as well take a seat if you ain't got Jerry up there.
Yeah. Exactly.
I ain't talking about Jerry Jones neither. I'm talking about Jerry, San Francisco, Rice-A-Roni.
No, nobody did it better. Ultimately, he could be the all-time greatest player in NFL history. And then we got at the other wide receiver, we got T.O.
Bro, you are on that bandwagon for Terrell, aren't you? What is it? I just look, the dude's a freak athlete, hands down. A lot of respect for Terrell, but at the same time, it's like, my guy, you didn't win. You ain't got no jewelry.
Dude, I get what you're saying, but the dude, like I said, he was a great athlete, man. I'm talking about his play on the field, whatever. But I thought he was playing on the field. I slightly give him the edge over Randy Moss just because I saw Randy Moss, I don't know, man. He quit on his team. Terrell might have been a problem, a bugaboo, but I'd never seen him quit on his team.
Where did Randy quit? Tell me.
When he was in Oakland. I mean, I get it, man. It's Oakland. It's the Raiders. That's what people do when they go to the Raiders. For some reason, they do weird stuff like that.
You get that chick.
But it's still, come on. Then we go to fullback. I got Daryl Moose Johnston.
Okay.
Running back, I got Barry Sanders.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand how you go with Moose Johnson at fullback and then you go Barry. It's like, why not keep it Hall of Fame? I get it. Barry ain't got no jewelry though. That's my thing. Is he ain't got no jewelry.
Dude, I mean, just the highlights, man. I mean,
you stuck in the 80s.
His highlights are just ridiculous.
They are.
And the dude had, I mean, it seemed like he didn't have any like knees or something, man. Because the way he dead moves, it feel like you would just pull something.
That's a good point.
And then we go to the quarterback. It wasn't a no-brainer for me. Okay. I think I'll give this man a slight edge.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go with Tom Brady.
Okay.
All
Can't
right.
argue with that.
So that's the offensive side of the ball. You want to go your offense, or do you want me to go?
No, brother, go do your whole team, please.
All right. And then we move to the other side of the ball. We go to defense. We're going to go at DN. We're going Randy White.
Okay.
On the other side, we're going to go we're going Bruce Smith on the other side of the end.
So this is a very traditional defensive end prototype 80s, 90s style. This is not the future. So just kind of keep that caveat out there.
Yeah. This is real. For some reason I went D tackle and nose tackle.
No problem.
You know, we switched it up anyway. I just felt like at nose tackle, I got Bob Lilly.
Good pick.
Then we go to defensive tackle.
Better put some respect on his name.
I got Warren Sapp.
My guy.
And Randy White.
So you went a 5-2? You better only have 2 linebackers. Or you better only have 3 DBs, one of the two. You got 3 linebackers and 3 DBs.
Linebackers. I got middle and outside.
That's fine. What you got?
Middle.
The GOAT.
Ray Lewis. He barely beat out Butkus.
Barely.
We go outside linebacker. We got Lawrence Taylor.
I'm right. They ain't mad at you.
Honorable mention, Derek Thomas.
Okay. You leaving out a couple big names too at linebacker.
Yeah, I'm leaving out a ton of names.
Don't worry, I got your back, homie. I'll take care of you on the back end.
I got my list over here with a ton of them right here. I still got my list up from the season.
Nice.
Then we would go to cornerback. I think this is almost just like Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
If one of your corners got to be this guy, Deion Sanders.
Yes, sir.
I can't trust your list.
That's right.
And then I can't read my handwriting.
Sorry.
It's got to be the cornerback for the Steelers.
The cornerback or the safety?
Safety. He was safety corner.
You talking about Woodson?
Yeah, Woodson.
Rod Woodson.
I mean, I may need glasses. Okay. Rod Woodson. That's the other corner. Safety. I just picked 2 safety. 2 safeties. I'm going with Ronnie Lott, Ed Reed. You can put him in either spot, and I'm good.
That's a fantastic list. I think you're gonna see a lot.
Defense.
Yeah, that's an offense and defense. I think you're gonna see a lot of similarities. Go ahead, Wes.
All right, and then we got kicker. We're going with Vinatieri. Punter, Shane Lechler. And I think the all-time greatest kick returner is. It's got to be Devin Hester.
Okay, I didn't go that far, but I'll be able to do it on the fly. I promise.
Oh yeah, and then just specialty guys, you got to go with Bill Tasker and Bill Bates.
Just taking liberties I wasn't aware of. I mean, I definitely wasn't aware of the specialist, but that's okay. You got a deep snapper for me, homie? You got a deep snapper?
I do. Well, yeah. You got me on. Did not get a deep snapper.
You got referees on there too?
How about a coach? Who's the all-time coach?
All-time coach? Man, that's a tough one.
We'll save that for Monday. We'll save that for Monday with James's list.
Okay.
Sounds good? All right.
All right.
Let's get in. We'll get into my list a little bit. You're going to see a lot of similarities. I think this is because of the era that Wes and I watched. I'm going to take a little bit of liberties on defense the way Wes did as well. My defense is going to be structured in a 4-3. So when I get to the defense, we'll go ahead and pick that up. You're going to be mad at me with the number one pick. I'll go in the same way you did, Wes, but my quarterback is y'all could throw fits all day long. That's just the way I feel about it. Coming in at tackle, I just did tackle, guard, center, 2 tackles, 2 guards, 2 center. 1 center. But starting it off at tackle, starting Jonathan Ogden, Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. Coming in at guard, Gene Upshaw. Want to talk about Steelers, Gene Upshaw. Coming in at center for the Raiders, Jim Otto. This is when men played the game, like grandfather men, those kind of dudes, the greatest generation kind of. Coming in at guard, Larry Allen, and where Wes and I differ as the other guard, I'm going with one of the tackles that participated in the greatest show on turf, Orlando Pace, Super Bowl champion and Hall of Famer, athletic dude. One of the guys who pretty much changed him and Jonathan Ogden. Anthony Munoz was like the first prototype for left tackle, and these guys were like the second prototype. Now we have the Trent Williams. We have that's like the latest prototype is Trent Williams. 6'5", 330 pounds, probably runs a 4.5. Absolute sick individual as an athlete. Coming in at fullback, Jim Brown. Don't believe me? Look it up. It'll tell you he's a fullback. Starting running back, the all-time leading rusher in the NFL, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 1-time Super Bowl MVP. The man, the myth, the icon, Emmitt Smith, catch 22. Coming in at tight end, the man, Antonio Gonzalez, Tony G. Tony Gonzalez, baby. And coming in at QB1, and just because he won a Super Bowl recently, Patrick Mahomes, QB1, all time.
I knew that when you started.
That's great. That's great.
You missed the wide receivers.
Oh, I'm saving the receivers so I can piss you off right here. Here we go.
Okay.
Coming in at receiver 1, Jerry Rice. Let it be known, let it be said. Coming in at receiver 2, because he was a better athlete than Terrell, because he played in more Super Bowls than Terrell, even though he lost. Randy Moss, out of that great state of West Virginia. Believe it or not, that's where he's from. Coming in at defense. What's up?
Yeah, I'm not hating on Moss, dude. Come on.
You
I'm really not. That was the edge. I think they're close. I give the edge to Owens just for that.
For me, Terrell, I don't know. I think if Terrell didn't play in Dallas, I think I probably would have picked him. But he went to Dallas, and when he cried, I was just like, well, I'm not a fan.
That's my quarterback.
That is true, James. That is true. That is true. Say it again.
That's all U.S. That's my quarterback. If something happened to Dak.
Shit. If happened to Tony, Dak, Quincy Carter.
I could see you crying on this show. That's what quarterback.
Rodney Pete when he was a quarterback. I better watch my mouth with Rodney. I like Rodney.
Back. Y'all talking.
Coming in at the defensive starters. My defensive ends will be called edge rushers. They'll be shortened to just edges. Now, I took liberties, so if you want to get mad, that's fine. Be mad. Starting edge rusher, Lawrence Taylor. Defensive tackle, Warren Sapp. Defensive tackle, side by side with Warren, Bob Lilly. And coming in at the right defensive edge, Reggie White. Got to put the minister of defense in there. Just had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so these linebackers in no particular order. Actually, they kind of are in order, but I'm just going to beat it what it is. the first African American to play the middle linebacker position, the man who was the first prototype, Willie Lanier. Coming in at RB2, I'm not RB2, linebacker 2, Ray Lewis. And the man who learned the position from Willie Lanier and the man who taught Ray Lewis, Mike Singletary. The Bears.
The Bears.
And I'm going to put respect on his name and save him for last. Coming in on the right side of the defense perimeter, starting DB, Rod Woodson. And on his side of the field, Troy Polamalu will be backing him up for anything over the top. And a man who lost and gave the game part of his finger, the hardest hitting safety ever to play the game, in my opinion, the man who defined the position, safety, who could play all over the field, Ronnie Lott. And the man who created charisma in the NFL, who probably is responsible for many millions/billions of dollars in the NFL, the one who taught us it was okay to party and okay to shine, because every time you say his name, you might as well just call him Prime Time Deion Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the conclusion. Too legit. Too legit. I love it. That was pretty fun. Pretty fun right there. James? So you got some ideas now. Just remember you got to have a coach too.
I got something to go off of now.
You see who popped up as soon as you said Michael Singletary?
Yeah, I seen it. So what? Hey man,
Fun.
bear down. That's all I gotta say. We're gonna be talking about Justin Fields and CJ Stroud in a little bit. What's up, James?
Oh, nothing.
I thought you had something.
Nah.
You know, people grab that mic, they like, yo, I got something to say. Let me at it.
Good list.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. I think I was really surprised. The list between Wes and I would be that much similar. Bob Lilly was one that I was like, Wes is probably going to say Bob. I didn't think he would say Warren though. I didn't think he'd say Warren Sapp.
He's just trying to get some ass from his top 5.
I guess so.
I think there was some. I think
there were some reevaluations going on.
Yeah,
you think after
yeah.
you think there was a little bit of
definitely.
hindsight definitely played a part.
I don't remember him on or maybe he left him off the top spot on when we were doing the top 5.
What? Left who off the top
Warren
spot?
Sapp.
I think Warren was like 3rd for Wes's list.
Oh no, he was 5th.
So okay, see, he was 5th.
I know you had something to say about it.
Yeah, I was a little hot about that one. Because Warren, there's only 3 or 4 defensive tackles in the Hall of Fame. Bob Lilly, Warren Sapp, and God, what's the other guy's name? He played at Jackson State. God, I can't think of his name right now. I'm gonna have to look it up in the break. But yeah, there's only like a handful of defensive tackles. John Randall, that's the other one. That's John Randall at Texas A&M Kingsville, Texas A&I, formerly Texas A&I.
But see, 4 out of my 5 top defensive tackles were on my team.
Yeah, because you made them defensive ends.
Well, I went defensive tackle and nose tackle. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, you went 3-1. You went 2 DTs and a nose tackle.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey,
only person was missing was Cortez Kennedy.
There's nothing wrong with that. You got creative. There's nothing wrong with that. Took liberties. It's all good. I can dig it. You made the list your own. I wanted 3 middle linebackers. What can I say?
But you never went into your kicker, punter.
Okay, cool. Jim Mortensen, kicker. Pat McAfee, kickoff specialist, and punt returner, Deion Sanders. Because I can do that.
Oh, you want punt return, not kick returner?
Both. Punt return, kick return.
Deion,
primetime Sanders. Yeah, Deion Sanders. Deion. Do you want me to cuss on this show? Deion Sanders. Yes.
Over Devin Hester.
Bro, you telling me? You know what? Prime, get this man. Get him.
Come on, man.
You talking about Deion? Look, man. Deion Sanders probably runs a 4.6 with 8 toes. What are you talking about? Yeah, I said
just saying.
Probably runs a 4.8 with 8 toes. 4.6 with 8 toes.
Dude, Deion's my dude. I'm getting that dude. But come on, man. No, he's not a better kick returner than Devin Hester.
Bro, I'll tell you this. I promise you this. If Deion Sanders played on kickoff team, Devin Hester wouldn't be what he is today. Because Deion Sanders Deion Sanders would have caught him and put him down. And you know this, good and hell well. Deion Sanders, 6'1", practically 6'2", coming in probably 205. And and Deion was never shy about coming up to stop the run when dudes played the game, when the running game was the standard in the NFL.
No.
Yes.
Deion is known for not being a tackler.
Oh, what highlights tape are you watching?
He is known for not being a tackler.
You telling me Deion doesn't set the edge?
Huh? He gets in the way.
Does he make the tackle? So
he holds him up and waits for the.
That's called setting the edge, my friend. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry, setting the edge.
I'm just saying he gets in the way.
Nowadays, you can't do it. Nowadays, they changed the rules where you can't set the edge anymore. You either got to go get him or you got to get out of the way. They didn't change the way the game's played by legislation. Look at that. See, man, come on.
Come on, you disrespecting Devin Hester.
I'm disrespecting Devin. Who's Devin Hester compared to Prime?
We're talking about his kick return. We're not talking about it.
Who is Devin Hester compared to Deion Sanders?
His kick returner better.
Deion, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize for Wes because he ain't going to. I apologize.
Proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, you're right. Proof is in the pudding. I'm sorry that Devin Hester could only play one den. Deion played DB. Deion played nickel. Deion played receiver. Deion played all three phases of the game. Devin Hester couldn't catch. He definitely couldn't be a shutdown corner like he got drafted to be.
No, he got drafted to be a kick returner.
Bro, come on.
He was killing it at the U as a kick returner. You didn't want to kick. You still don't want to kick to that dude.
Man, I'm sorry. If I had Deion Sanders on my kick coverage team, I'm kicking to Devin Hester. I am. That's fine. Return it. That's all I got to say. Return it with Deion Sanders out there. I'm going to let Deion Sanders hang back and play safety, and wherever Devin Hester goes, Deion, you just put him on the ground. You don't even got to put him on the ground. Make him go out of bounds.
Deion don't want to take them licks on the kickoff coverage.
You are.
All you got to do is find somebody to seek and destroy. That's your first hit.
Okay,
Deion.
Fine. I'll take Deion out of it. Let me take Deion. You telling me Ronnie Lott's on that kick coverage team? He ain't gonna shut down Devin Hester? You damn right he is.
Nope.
You are disrespect.
He might get it once.
These are Hall of Fame defenders. These are Hall of Fame defenders.
Dude, they're not running back 1-on-1.
Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, Brian Weapon X Dawkins.
He probably returned. Who didn't Devin Hester return on?
Man, he returned on. He returned kicks off people who were on the bubble, who were on practice squads, and dudes who were getting drafted in the 7th round and later. That's who he was returning kicks on. That's who he was returning kicks on.
It's not preseason,
bro.
So if you don't have your best guys on your special teams during the regular season, during the Super Bowl,
and who won that game? Who won that game? By the way, you gonna piss off Carla is what you're gonna do. You're gonna piss off Carla. You're gonna make me start talking about that history of the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl, and you're gonna piss her off.
Yeah, because it was Devin Hester's fault they lost that game.
So what? Who won?
I mean, they had a bomb quarterback.
Okay, now you're just gonna pick on Rex Grossman because you feel like it?
Come on, we know Rex was
all right. Tell the Chicago Bear fans out there, I apologize.
Hey, I'll take Jay Cutler over Rex Grossman. And we know how I feel about Jay.
And on that note, we're going to break because of this foolishness. This man is spitting right here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Give us 5 minutes. It's 8:09. We'll come back and we'll get into a little bit of Justin Fields. We'll try to turn this negative spin on the Chicago Bears into a positive one. Stay tuned. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome back, folks. Time to get into block 2. B block, not the lead block. Who is a lead blocker? You a lead blocker? You wear blue blockers? Remember blue blocker ads like back in the day whenever we were watching like Nick at Night and like those blue blocker shades would come on like night late as hell? Now, of course, they have like, see, Wes remembers. He's just 89, baby. I get it. But now they have like this thing you see, they come out like on the, I watch a lot of digital free TV, like the antenna. They have this thing called like tactical vision. It's like, oh, tactical vision. It's like, bro, these are like blue blockers back in like 1987. You just put a yellow tint on them. What the hell are you trying to sell? Military spec.
I need some, so I don't know why you hating.
It's not that I'm hating. It's just that it's just the marketing behind it. I think it's just so goofball. Like, it's just goober. It's like, dude, why do you have to be cornball about this marketing? It's like, just
I like the goober cornball thing, man. I'm kind of, that's me.
I'm sorry.
I'm a goober. I'm a cornball.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Not really. What about candy corn? You eat candy corn during Halloween?
No.
Y'all know Halloween? Have anybody been to the grocery store lately? Have you been to Walmart lately? There's Halloween stuff out right now.
Way.
Yeah, bro.
No way.
Okay. Okay.
At Walmart?
Go look.
Serious.
Go check it out. There's Halloween. There's fall decor. Halloween stuff is like right around the corner.
That's too early.
Okay. It's too early. I agree. It's too early. I agree. 100%.
Yeah, fall decor. I think that's wishful thinking. Maybe they said they put it out maybe to cool down quicker. Maybe that's
It's like, shit, wait for August.
the promise behind it.
Bro, August is 2 weeks, my guy. 2 weeks from now, it's August.
Yeah, but I mean, still, like, we're in July. We just got done with 4th of July.
Christmas in July. I watched a Christmas movie this weekend because I love
Right, next topic.
I love it.
I do too, but come on, man.
Notice there's no Christmas tree up anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But the thing about it in Texas, man, it doesn't feel like fall until November.
That's a good point. That's 100% true. It doesn't feel cool until
I don't even know.
Halloween.
I don't know what it feels like out there right now. Mars.
Dude, it's hot. It's an oven. It feels literally like an oven. You know, you got something in the oven and you like pull down that door to the oven. You're like, heat wave. It's a new definition.
I'm running. I gotta stop using those little bottles of Gold Bond powder. I gotta get the big one. I'm using a lot of powder these
This
days.
segment brought to you by adult medicated powder for your regions that you need refreshed.
Just saying, dude. Come on, let's be for real.
I do not want to talk about your area at all. I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, everybody needs to do it, man.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just
saying, dude.
James, how do you say it?
No, yeah.
What?
How do you say it? Next topic.
Yeah, next topic.
Thank you.
Next topic.
I don't think the listeners want to hear about that. I mean, we did an ad. If we did an ad about it, like if somebody came to us and was like, "Here's a check, talk about this kind of powder," I'm like, I'd happily do that. But they did.
Here you go, Wes.
Here you go. Exactly. Here you go, Wes.
Dude, have you watched commercials today? Don't make me bring up commercials today, man. Commercials today are way worse than that. Don't get me started.
Why are they worse, Wes? What's in them that makes them worse? I'm asking.
You know what?
He don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. He don't want to touch it. What are you watching?
Yeah. You're gonna give me like Bob Huggins.
Shit. Maybe. Down the back road.
Give me like Bob Huggins, man. I done slipped up. I get worked up about that stuff sometimes, and I have to woosah, go back, let it go, because people sensitive.
I get it. No problem. All right. Let's talk about the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. Brand new quarterbacks, relatively new. Justin Fields going into his third year out of Ohio State. C.J. Stroud going into his first year for the Houston Texans. Getting a lot of attentions. See, I can't even speak right now. Getting a lot of attention. Thank you very much. Wes, who do you think is going to have the most pressure early? Is it going to be C.J. with the poor targets or poor weapons that he has down in Houston outside of Dameon Pierce? Or is it the now heavily weaponized Chicago Bears with Deontay Foreman and Roshan Johnson in the backfield? And then, of course, the new additions with Equiminius St. Brown from Green Bay, and then you have Claypool coming over, DJ Moore as well, new addition from Carolina. Lots of targets, lots of weapons for Justin to kind of get acclimated. I have one position in particular I'll get to after your soliloquy here regarding the two quarterbacks.
Well, you know what, man? I know you probably think I'm hating or something like that, but I think the better question would have been who's going to have a better year between, you say, Justin Fields and, say, Deshaun Watson, because obviously Justin Fields has to have a better year. He's got more weapons. He's, I mean, this is his third season. He's basically a veteran now, man. So, I mean, he's had the reins for a while. He's got to do – the pressure's on him. He has to do more. C.J. Stroud, first of all, he plays for the Texans. Ain't no pressure. I mean, basically, if you play for the Texans, as long as you don't, take a dump on your pants on the field, you'll be all right. I mean, it's the Texans. But maybe another comparison, maybe C.J. Stroud against who has more pressure between C.J. Stroud and the kid from Alabama and Carolina. Why don't I forget his name? Little guy.
Bryce Young. Dude.
Bryce Young. But I'm telling you, if C.J. Stroud if he can handle snaps, and that's basically it. For this first year, he's playing for the Houston Texans. They're terrible. I mean, they're terrible. So all he basically has to do is be able to hike the ball, and they'll be happy.
He's got to hike the ball, or he has to receive the hike? He's
got to receive the hike. Hey, see? You could go out there and quarterback for the Houston Texans. I mean, you know what? If I was C.J. Stroud, I'd be like, dude, I don't want to start right now. Y'all gotta do something for y'all to get me killed.
You don't think Laramie Tunsil is going to be adequate protection for him?
And who else?
His offensive line.
But who else besides?
You name me another interior offensive lineman on another team outside of the Dallas Cowboys, and then I'll answer your question.
Well, I'm just saying it's not a very good line if you just got one player, man.
You don't think DeMeco Ryans is going to come in and rule that offense and that defense with absolute just aggression?
No, I don't.
You don't think DeMeco Ryans is going to implement the same type of system that was ran in San Francisco? Look at the tree from Shanahan.
DeMeco Ryans. What side of the ball is DeMeco Ryans on?
It doesn't matter. What did Bob Salah do as defense coordinator when he left San Francisco? He turned the Jets defense around in a year. What did Mike McDaniels do when he left the offense in Miami?
Dude, first of all, calm down. I'm not talking.
What's DeMeco Ryans going to do in Texas and the Houston Texans after he went and not only garnered the best quarterback in the last 3 years, in my opinion, in C.J. Stroud, then he locks up the best defender in the last 2 drafts with Will Anderson, mortgaging the entire future of the Houston Texans draft capital for the next 3 years. You don't think he has a game plan to go in there and restructure the entire organization of the Houston Texans?
Dude, good thing that they do not drug test the Paul Rodriguez show, because obviously you are high.
Maybe
it doesn't matter what they're doing on the other side of the ball. I'm saying, why would you put your number 1 pick, C.J. Stroud, out there when you can't protect it? You giving me one guy. You can set up schemes who, when you play the Texans, where you're just going to overload that dude, it's not going to matter.
So you're telling me Houston wasn't an adequate run team last year with Dameon Pierce?
Dude, I'm telling you.
Until he got hurt.
That they need to stick with whoever they have and let this guy sit on the sideline for a while and not throw him out there in the midst of trash. That's what I'm telling you.
How do you sell season tickets then, Wes? How do you get attention? How do you get people into the stadium? This is a business last time I checked. Now, I understand the NFL as an organization is a nonprofit, but these franchises are for profit.
You think that many more people are going to come see CJ suck with a team that is terrible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I get that that's not a really tough division, but
Okay.
I mean, the Jaguars are improving.
They're the best team in that division. They're hands down.
Jaguars are favored to win that division.
Hands down, easily.
Then I mean, you got the Colts. I think the Colts made a big mistake in what the quarterback they went with. I think that guy.
Absolutely.
I think that guy's been terrible. And then you got the Titans. I don't know. What are you gonna get from the Titans?
You can't tell anything from them right now.
You got the big man. I think is worn down. He's not the same guy, and I wouldn't expect him to be the same guy. Life in the NFL, I say it all the time. People probably are tired about it, but the life in the NFL for a running back is small. You got a small window, and right now, I mean, I don't know how healthy that guy can be. So I don't know how good the Titans are going to be, but I still think that the Texans are the last team in that division. So
you think the Texans are the last team outside? Do you think the Indianapolis Colts are going to finish ahead of the Texans?
Yes.
I bet you a Coca-Cola that doesn't happen.
I don't drink Coca-Cola.
I bet you anything you want outside under $10.
I do Dr. Pepper. Whatever.
Okay, Dr. Pepper. I want to die Dr. Pepper.
No, actually, man, no Dr. Pepper. I gotta stay away from sodas.
All right, fine. We'll talk about it.
Whataburger, spicy ketchup.
That's fine. That's a fair deal.
I always need that.
That's a fair. I think it's a fair compensation. And I don't know what I'm going to get. Maybe something from the flower shop. We'll talk about it. Anyways, back to the point. Let's circle back around to Justin Fields. I believe Justin Fields is going to have a fantastic year. I think he's going to break out for the Chicago Bears. And if the defense can step up a little bit and get control of those Detroit Lions, I think it's going to be a fight between Detroit and Chicago for that division. Unless Jordan Love has something to say about it, which he could.
Wow.
Which he could. But I like the weapons. I like the defense. I like the running game. I like Chicago a lot this year. I liked them last year.
Who won the division last year?
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions won the division?
I believe, yeah. James?
Pretty sure it wasn't us.
Oh, maybe it was the Vikings.
Yeah, I think it was.
Exactly. But they were – I don't even know if they won it or not. But you're just going to leave out the Vikings?
Where's Dalvin Cook? Where's Dalvin Cook?
Show Kirk Cousins some love.
You know what Kirk Cousins needs? Kirk Cousins needs another Justin Jefferson. Because if it's not for Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins ain't getting another bag. I'm sorry.
Hey, why you hating on Cousins?
Where's Adam Thielen?
Why you hating on Kirk Cousins?
Where's Dalvin Cook? Respect. Where's Thielen? Where are they at?
Hey, who is doing things? Who's doing things
in Washington?
Kirk Cousins. What did Kirk Cousins start the season off at?
Kirk Cousins failed me.
He was looking better. He was looking better than Aaron Rodgers at the beginning of the season.
Bro, you need to watch your mouth. That's all I gotta say. You better watch your mouth. Don't be comparing Kirk Cousins to AR-12, AR-8 now.
Look at the first 8 games of last year. Tell me who had a better record. Who had three young receivers? And who had Justin Jefferson? I'm just asking. Who had Dalvin Cook? We're talking about the best receiver in the game, Justin Jefferson. We're talking about fantasy best receiver in the game right now is Justin Jefferson. You're telling me he wasn't doing that thing last year? He didn't do it against Dallas. He didn't do it against Dallas. You got to get him the ball.
Kirk Cousins.
He's not throwing it to himself. He's not snapping the ball and throwing it and running and getting it. Who's getting him the ball?
Do that again,
bro. You're telling me if it wasn't for Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook to be able to take away some of the pressure off of Jefferson, man can win. Justin Jefferson can win in double coverage. I'm sorry. That's what he gets paid to do. Win in double coverage.
Kirk Cousins still got to get it there.
You're right. He does have to get it there. But who else can get it there?
Respect on his name, then.
He don't deserve it. What did he do against the Dallas Cowboys? Not a damn thing.
That wasn't.
What? Dan Quinn shut him down. Michael Parsons put him in the corner like a stepchild.
It's not because of Kurt. It's not Kurt's
Shit.
fault.
Oh,
Protect him.
so when the glory goes to the quarterback, it's all his. When they don't win, it ain't his glory. Is that what
He
you're telling
doesn't
me?
block.
Bro,
Kirk Cousins don't. Last time I checked, Kirk Cousins doesn't block.
that's like you're gonna tell me that the coaches can't have a good game plan because the players didn't play well. Is that what you're gonna tell me?
Last time I checked, Kirk Cousins doesn't block.
Last
The
time
man needs
I
help.
checked, Kirk Cousins got to get the ball to his playmakers, and if he can't get it there, I don't give a shit who blocks.
He's got one playmaker.
He had Dalvin Cook and Thielen last year. You're not
Dalvin
telling
Cook
me
is not a
they're not playmakers?
Dalvin Cook's a workhorse. He's not a playmaker.
Who?
He doesn't make plays.
Dalvin?
He doesn't make any plays.
That's why you bad at fantasy, my friend. Because you don't pick
I'm not
playmakers.
bad at fantasy.
You are bad at
I'm not
fantasy.
bad at fantasy. What?
Sorry.
Not bad at fantasy. I just overthink everything. You're just full of your own shit. That's your problem. You believe your own shit.
What asinine take is that? Let me channel my Stephen A. Smith. What asinine? I'm full of your own shit. Where's that come
Because
from?
you believe your own BS that you throw out here. You just come up with this BS. You throw it up on the wall and you expect us to understand it. And no,
I would hope so.
Sense because you're talking crazy. Let's be for real. You don't really believe that.
Believe what?
Why
Which
are you
part?
hurting on Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins
was in the MVP race at the beginning of the season. Now you're going to hate on the man?
I don't think Kirk Cousins should ever be considered for an MVP. What's different from last year to this year, Wes? What's different?
You're so disrespectful. Show the man some respect, Paul.
Why?
Dude.
Why? Because he was able to negotiate huge bags from Washington and the Vikings? Okay, great. He's a great negotiator. I'll give him his flowers on that end. But playing quarterback at a pro level, at an all-pro level, dude needs to go learn something. He needs to take a master class in how to be a quarterback. Because right now, last time I checked, what did they want? Did they want him in Washington? Didn't stick around.
Who's the best quarterback in that division?
When? Last year?
Yeah.
That's an easy fix, my friend. What happens
No,
if
no,
you
no,
put
no, no.
Aaron
Who's the
Rodgers?
best
Let me ask you a
quarterback in
question.
that division right now?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. He's gone.
Okay.
Who's the best quarterback in that division now?
Justin Fields.
I am sorry. The Paul Rodriguez show is no longer the Paul Rodriguez show. Because
Yes,
this man
it
does not
is.
know football.
You see that there? Look at that
Justin
logo.
Fields is not better.
That's all you need to care about. That's all you need to worry about.
Are you serious? You serious?
You have faith in Jared Goff? Is that what you're telling me?
Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in that division, dude.
Kirk Cousins, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Hey,
it's
Justin
amazing
Fields
you can
has
be
the
the
highest
greatest
ceiling.
quarterback when you have the greatest receiver in the league. Yes, it's easy to be a good quarterback.
Oh, so now Joe Montana wasn't that good?
Joe Montana, what
Come
did he
on,
do?
man.
What did he do in Kansas City?
He still went to the playoffs.
Did he
Playoffs.
win?
He
Did he?
still went to the playoffs.
What did Steve Young do with Jerry Rice?
Huh?
What did Steve Young do with Jerry Rice?
Went to a Super Bowl and won. Yeah.
What did Rich Gannon do with Jerry Rice and Tim Brown? What did they do?
Didn't he go?
They-
He still went to the Super
They
Bowl.
played in a Super Bowl. Yeah, wow, amazing. Rich Gannon, and it only took the best receiver and arguably in the era, third or fourth best receiver in Tim Brown to go play in the
And then
Super Bowl.
They got hosed by the Tucker rule.
My point is, receivers can make quarterbacks. Great quarterbacks
can
make
make
receivers.
receivers.
Great quarterbacks can make receivers. You're right. He ain't great.
That's what Kirk Cousins is. Put some respect on his name.
No, man. No, ain't happening.
Getting hot in here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Jack. I'm fired up
Man.
about it. I didn't think we would go down this road, but you better put some damn respect on Justin Fields' name because that man's going to – okay, bet. Justin Fields finishes higher than Kirk Cousins in the MVP voting this year. Bet. Okay, mark it. 20. What is it? 8:36. July 7, July 11, 2023. We're going to revisit this video at the end of the 2023 season. You best believe that.
I bet we won't. You know why?
I bet we will. I'll give you your flowers.
You want to forget about.
I'll give you your flowers if you're right. I'll eat my crow.
You forget about it. If I'm right, you forget about stuff when I'm right.
All you got to do is call up the tape.
Forget everything.
All you got to do is call up the tape. That's all you got to do.
Come on. You know what, dude? It's, as much as you say that I'm crazy and I make up whatever, I am right 95% of the time.
Okay, so here's my question to you. If you're right 95% of the time, what's more important to you, championships or playoff appearances? Because you flip-flop on this topic all the time.
Really?
I'm asking the question. You right
It's all
95%
about
of the
winning
time.
ring.
That's right. So I don't want to hear no foolishness about somebody coming in, because we got a mediator right here in studio who can say when you flip-flop. Might as well start calling you Wes Chancla. I want to say your last thing. I want people start looking for you now. Come on.
Hey, if you know me, you know where I'm at. Bring it. Whatever, man. I do not flip-flop. Y'all try to change it to that. Y'all try to steer it. Y'all are like Fox News, man. Y'all
hey, man. Hey, Bill O'Reilly ain't here, man. There ain't no damn spin zone here, Jack. We don't do that. We just talk about what it is and how it is. I don't know what kind of foolishness you're talking
y'all
about.
Just try to make me look bad to the people. And the people know, they know that I'm right.
Okay, fair. That's fair for your point of view. I disagree with it. Look at you trying to strut now. Look at you. You know what you are? You're a Cowboy fan. And so you know what that makes you? Depressed.
This guy. You're a Cowboy fan.
I am a Cowboy fan. At least I own it. At least
What do you mean I don't own it?
I don't think you own it sometimes. Whenever they're doing horribly, you just like, them damn Cowboys suck. It's just like, yeah, they do suck sometimes.
Hey, you got to be honest.
That's fair. That's a good point. I
I
don't doubt
love
that.
the Cowboys, but you got to be honest.
That's true.
When they good, I'll tell you. When they do something good, I'll
But
tell
you won't, Wes. Even if they do,
Wait.
they make a run. If they make a run 4 or 5 games, you're going to be like, oh, they play trash opponents.
That ain't-
They ain't done nothing in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's something good.
Yes, that's true.
This regular season bullshit. What's that doing for me, man?
I don't know.
I mean,
Raise your blood pressure. Ooh.
that's
Ooh. them ghosts,
You know
them
what?
skeletons coming out that closet in the chat. Them skeletons coming out in the chat.
Nobody wants to talk about the Titans, Frank. Who's the quarterback?
Probably
Frank,
Tannehill
tell me,
for now.
whatever your name is. I'm gonna call you little weirdo.
Easy,
What?
easy.
I don't know what. He is weird. This dude goes out into the hot sun and digs for dirt, digs in dirt for trash, basically artifacts. It's 100-something degrees.
Wes, that's
Why
called
would you want to go outside digging dirt for stuff that people got rid of?
Wes. That's called archaeology, bro.
You know, that fool ain't no Indiana Jones.
Probably not. Probably not. All right, it's 8:40. Let's get into another break. Appreciate everybody joining in. Freight, Carla, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Everybody else who's out there who hasn't sent in a message on the chat, thank y'all so much for coming in. Let's get a quick break. 5 minutes, come back. We'll put a bow on this one. Maybe talk a little Gold Cup, get off the rails a little bit. It's been a fun one. I'm having a good time.
Dude, Freight, Malik Willis, dude, Malik Willis? I don't know.
That was a rough pick. That was a pick. I don't know why they made that one.
Did they get to get a guy from Kentucky though?
I'd have to go look. I don't think so.
Man, you might have some hope if you got the guy from Kentucky. I give you that as a sleep.
You talking about Corral? Is that what you're not Corral? That's Ole Miss. Sorry.
No. Will, what you got? Will
Levis.
Yeah, where'd he go?
I think he went to Tennessee.
Yeah, so I would go with that guy over Malik.
Yeah, I think I would.
That's your hope there.
I like Levis.
Right.
He needs to be refined. He needs to sit for a couple of years.
I don't know why the coach didn't go with him. But,
That's what I said. I think he's a poor man's Troy Aikman.
I don't know what they saw. I don't know what Andy saw from that dude from Florida.
They saw him flick that ball. Is what they did.
They compared him to Cam Newton, but he's deadly. Maybe one play. I don't know.
Yeah, that's they're banking. They're trying to bank on his ceiling,
yeah.
And I don't.
Did they not see what Cam Newton did at Auburn? He was destroying people.
Yeah.
He was an absolute beast.
Did you know from that team that won the Natty, Cam Newton was the only player that went pro? He's the only player that went pro. It's nuts, right? Crazy.
The dude was a beast.
Yeah.
But you can't play it. You can't play that way for a long time.
For a long time.
That's a lot of.
This is you're playing a game. You're playing a game against grown ass men with grown ass physicality, trying to put food on their family's plate for like a generation or two.
And when Cam was in college, he was the biggest dude on the field.
Oh, easily. That's
crazy.
Easily.
That's crazy to think that the quarterback's the biggest dude on the field, but literally that dude was the biggest dude on the field in college.
And that's the SEC too. All right, 8:43. Let's get into a break. When we come back, get off the rails a little bit. Welcome back, folks. Time to get into last segment of the show, Off the Rails. I don't know if y'all know it, but anybody watching soccer right now? Anybody watching the Gold Cup? No soccer? Wes, what about you?
Just started the Gold Cup?
Yeah, bro. Like tomorrow's the semifinal. Yeah, it's almost over. The championship will be this weekend.
I know. I missed the other one, the Europe Cup. What's the Europe Cup called?
The UEFA Cup?
Is that what it is?
The UEFA Championship?
But I mean, America's got to win it.
They have to. I mean, they almost lost. Let me put it like this: Sunday they almost lost to Canada. If it wasn't for a late equalizer to go into penalty kicks, yeah, they would have lost. So tomorrow they got Panama. Tomorrow Mexico plays Jamaica. U.S. plays Panama, and then the winner of those two games will play for the championship. Hopefully, it's USA and Mexico in the final, which kind of hope it will be.
Yeah, I mean that's usually the two teams that are in the final always. I mean most of the time, right?
For the Gold Cup, yeah, but the challenge right now is that everybody's kind of playing with a B team. Like the American starters aren't out there, and Mexico starters aren't out there either. So hopefully they come back for the finals. We'll just have to wait and see. So tomorrow afternoon, probably early evening, Jamaica plays Mexico. Well, let me double check just to be sure, because that is definitely something I will be tuning into mañana.
I gotta say, man, I was just watching the All-Star game baseball, and dude, very powerful moment. They did this thing where everybody stands for somebody that has cancer, man, and it was a pretty awesome moment, man.
Yeah,
I love it. I love that part.
That's cool, man. It's good to have good causes mixed in with sports sometimes. I mean, sometimes it gets a little carried away, but I think everybody can identify with this one.
Yeah, it raises money, and it's just, it's got everybody involved. I mean, it's literally showing everybody in the stadium. Man, you got to be excited right now watching the All-Star game on my thing here.
Wow.
And they're showing Buffalo and TCU on Fox. College football almost here. You excited yet there?
Am I excited? Absolutely. Are you excited is the question.
I don't know, man. I'm worried.
What are you worried about with college football? What is it? You're worried about you're going to have a long year because the Hogs are not going to play that well?
I mean, we don't have the luxury of playing in the Big 12 this year, so,
I'm not saying they do or don't. I mean,
I'm just saying, yeah, of course I'm worried about the road that the Hogs have, man. They got a tough road. They go through a month where they got to play what was it? Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss. And, that's kind of a tough road, man.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that yesterday.
So, yeah, you remember me telling you that yesterday?
Absolutely. I remember. I just can't believe how much of a concern it is. Like, it's July, and you're worried about the Hogs road through the probably most challenging divisional run in the nation in July.
Yeah, what else do you worry about?
I don't know. You're watching baseball.
I'm not. Dude, if we can't get through the non-conference games, then you know what? We shouldn't be playing in the SEC. If you can't win outside your conference in the SEC,
who are the outside opponents? Non-conference.
Nobody.
Well, then why are you worried about it?
They should be afraid of.
Well, then why are you worried about it?
I'm worried about the conference schedule.
You're not. This is the SEC, bro. Come on. If you think you're worried about this as an Arkansas fan, just wait until those Oklahoma and Texas fans go over next year.
I'm just saying, dude. We got a month where it's Alabama, LSU, A&M, and Ole Miss.
Okay.
That's a month schedule.
Okay, got it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
What are you trying to tell me?
You don't want that.
Nobody does.
And that's on the road.
Well, maybe Arkansas needs to do better lobbying with the commissioner so they don't have that kind of rough schedule in a month's time.
What are you supposed to do, though? I mean, when you get your night off. Now you got Texas and Oklahoma joining. It's going to be. I mean,
Y'all aren't worried about. Nobody's
you don't
worried about.
wanna
Nobody's
turn down
worried
that
about
SEC
Texas and
money, but-
Oklahoma. Nobody's
Huh?
worried about Texas and Oklahoma.
nobody's worried about Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got something to prove this year. Or oh boy's got something to
With
prove this year.
who?
What's
They
his
have-
name?
They have nothing.
Well, I'm just saying. What's the guy's name coaching in Oklahoma now?
Venables.
He's got to prove something this year.
He's gonna get fired.
I mean, basically, you know what? Oklahoma Texas game this year is ginormous
Why?
for both of these.
Why do you say so?
They both got to win.
Okay.
This is a big
Why?
season for both of them. Sark has got to win.
Okay.
He doesn't just have to win that game. He's got to do something this year.
Like a
He's got to win the
blowout.
Big 12. He's got to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
I
But,
think if Venables, if he can pull off the upset
uh-huh.
and win the Big 12, he keeps his job. I think whoever doesn't win the Big 12 between the Texas and Oklahoma guy, I think they might be out.
Nah, I don't think.
I
I don't think. As long as Sark wins the Big 12, he's not out. He can lose. He can lose to Oklahoma.
No, I'm saying who doesn't win the Big 12 between
Okay.
Texas and Oklahoma,
Okay.
the other guy's out.
Yeah, I agree with that part. 100%.
Okay. So I'm saying, not. I'll take it back from but that's still a big game though, because
Yeah.
obviously you want to win the Texas Oklahoma game.
Sure.
That helps you get. You're hoping basically sets the tone that you're going to win the Big 12.
Okay,
So
I
think
can rock
it
with
makes
that.
it a big game.
I can rock with
You
that.
know, because if you're Oklahoma, you beat Texas in that game. Like, oh well, we have to meet them again in the Big 12 championship, then we can beat them again because we just won. That type of deal. So I think it's a big game. But I think whoever between Texas and Oklahoma doesn't win this, especially this last Big 12 championship, doesn't win it, I think the other guy's out. Especially Shark.
Yeah, but then you got to ask yourself who replaces them.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You gotta take a chance. You gotta find somebody. The dominoes start falling, especially when you're talking about a team like Texas, where you got that big money.
You think they
No.
go? You think they go get the guy from San Antonio, UTSA trailer?
Especially if he has a great season, why not?
Like I mean, like.
But you know what? He could just be another link till you get your next guy. He could be like what's his name from Houston. But you hope that you get a little bit better respect.
So here's
but I mean who's really out there? You're not getting Saban. Saban's not leaving Alabama. They can forget about it. Unless he has just a terrible season. Somebody makes him mad, then yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That happening.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Let's real quick. Let's look at Oklahoma's schedule real quick. At home against Arkansas State. At home against SMU. In state against Tulsa. They travel to Cincinnati. At home against Iowa State. And then October 7th, they play Texas. Red River showdown, whatever. Texas right now, Texas is favored by 7. Today. By 7. All right. Then UCF goes to Norman. Oklahoma goes to Kansas. And then you have Bedlam, November 4th. West Virginia at Oklahoma. And then Oklahoma goes on the road to BYU. That's an L. Anytime a team from the Plain State goes out west to Brigham Young, that's an L. You're talking about November 18th. Winter, mountains, that's an L.
It seems like Oklahoma has the tougher road than Texas.
And then the last
year,
game is TCU at Oklahoma.
What does Texas have outside of playing? Who's Texas' biggest game this year? I forgot. They're playing Alabama at Alabama.
Right. So this is Texas' schedule. Texas.
And then that's it, right?
So yeah, let me get to it. Let me run through it. So Rice goes to Austin, and then you have Texas goes to Tuscaloosa to play Bama. Then Wyoming to Texas. Then Texas goes to Waco to play Baylor. Rock Chalk comes to Austin. Oklahoma, they do the Red River Shootout. Texas plays Houston in H-Town. Brigham Young comes to Austin October 28th. Kansas State to Austin. Texas up to Fort Worth to play TCU. Texas goes to Iowa State. That's a late game, November 18th. That's an iffy game. And then the last game of the year, November 24th, the Red Raiders go to Austin. Right now, Texas is favored by 14 points over the Red Raiders right now. So right now, Alabama is favored. What do you think the line is for Alabama, Texas? Texas is going to Tuscaloosa. What is Alabama favored by right now? I know it doesn't matter, but let's just think about it.
That game doesn't even matter.
True, but it's going to be headlines.
It doesn't even matter because you know what? They can lose that game if they should run the table. What team on that scares you? Nobody. So Texas, even if they lose that game, should run the table. And you're a one-loss team. You win the Big 12, so you should play in the national championship. If they're not a one-loss team this year, somebody's got to go.
The only game that you should be concerned with, especially if you run the table, is those last two. Because if you can escape TCU, which I think you can, and you got to go on the road to Iowa State.
Max is gone. What's
that?
Right? Isn't Dewey gone?
Yeah, he's gone, but their quarterback who was the starter last year is still there.
Dude, no. Come on, man. They made that wrong because of Max Duggan.
I got it. You're right, 100%. But my point is, if you can escape TCU,
the dude he replaced ain't Max Duggan.
I get what you're saying. I got it. But my point is that it's still going to be a tough ass TCU team, especially on the road. You got back-to-back road games.
No,
bro.
I'm just saying, from what you tell me,
yes.
What you tell me about the Texas Longhorns,
yes.
They got this, they got that, they got Arch Manning, but this dude,
Quinn Ewers
is better.
Yes.
So you telling me they got all this and you can't run the table?
I'm not saying they're not
only
going
only losing to Alabama.
I'm not saying they're not going to do it, Wes. I'm saying is that they're going to be difficult games at the end of the season because they're going to be reading their press. And you know damn well what happens when you read the press. They're gonna start believing and feeling themselves a little too much.
Oh man, they should. Right now, I mean, if they think they're gonna come in and beat Bama or compete with Bama, they got basically
the
line lose to Bama or whatever, and that's gonna be a big not a big deal, but. They got to be able to run the table.
The line is 7. The line is 7 points.
They should be that good.
Right, they are. That's what I'm saying. The line is 7. That's probably going to be that's going to probably and it's going to go down. I think by kick it's going to be 5.5.
Yeah. Man, Texas really want to come to the SEC. I don't. You know what? You get money from the SEC, but sometimes it sucks being in the SEC.
Well, it sucks if
you get it being a baseball fan.
If you have a bad team, it sucks.
If you're a bad team, it sucks. But I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just rough.
Yeah,
especially if you're not Alabama, if you're not Georgia, if you're not Florida, if you're not LSU.
A&M you can kind of toss in there. They're just inconsistent.
No, I'm just who's got titles outside those 4 teams?
Bro, who beat Alabama out of those 4 teams besides Georgia and A&M?
Oh, well, Auburn. I guess you throw in Auburn. Auburn beat Alabama. They got a national title.
Okay. That's true.
So, I mean, outside of those 5 teams, I mean, I guess you could say Tennessee, but I mean, that was a while ago.
They beat them last year.
Who did?
Tennessee beat Alabama last year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nobody said that Alabama's
No, that's true. That's true. 100%.
But usually when Saban hasn't had one of his good years, he comes back with a vengeance. So, I mean, I just think that And especially, I think is it 2 years in a row he didn't win a title?
Yeah.
Did he play for a title the year before though? I don't know. But
Third,
anyway.
yeah, that's when Mac Jones won it 3 years ago.
All right. But anyway, you gotta be scared of Saban coming back. You know, I mean that's a miserable man. He is I mean, I don't even know if he enjoys football.
You talking about Nick? Nick
Huh?
Saban. You're talking about Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Does he look like he enjoys football?
Absolutely.
No, dude, he doesn't. Him and Belichick, they do not look like they enjoy it.
They love the grind. They may not
No,
love. They may
look,
not.
They
yes,
look
yes, they do.
miserable.
That's because they love the grind. They're getting satisfaction. They're probably getting satisfaction over the most minute things, like how high is the grass level? What kind of new technology is in the cleat? What kind of new spin is on this formation? That's what they get off to.
Have you noticed that most of the coaches that are the top guys to win look the most miserable people?
Right? Because what are they doing all the time?
Look at your boy Pop in San Antonio.
Yeah,
how miserable does Pop look?
But what are they doing all the time?
They're winning. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you look at the dude. The dude just looks. You wonder if they're doing the health checks because he just looks bad. He looks angry. He looks just.
Pop looks.
You want to hug him?
Pop looks miserable.
Huh?
Pop looks miserable. They just
Yeah,
drafted a
but he just looks
generational
so-
talent.
You
How
don't
does he
see
look
it. You don't see
miserable?
smiles.
That's Pop. That's Pop.
That's what
You
I'm
don't
saying.
woke up
Belichick,
James.
That's the same thing. You don't see any smiles from Belichick. You don't see any smiles from Saban. These guys that win a lot, they just don't look happy, man.
But maybe what they find joy in is not the same thing that you find joy in.
Look at Jokic.
Yeah, I know
Look
I
at
get it. I'm just
Jokic.
saying.
Look at Jokic. Everyone was like, they were talking about that he wasn't being respectful to the Larry O'Brien trophy or to the MVP trophy because he pretty much like essentially didn't give a shit about it. Just because he's not from where we are from. He loves to play the game, but maybe it just doesn't like, I don't know. He was acting like it didn't mean as much to like other people where I get that, like, you know, show some respect. But I mean, you know, like Paul said, our happiness isn't everyone else's happiness.
This is how I know Jokic. Jokic probably doesn't care about this is just a quick side note. I don't think Jokic cares about what's done in public. I think he's more concerned about how he can spend moments like with those people around him. Like, I remember when he was in the Western Conference Finals and he was pointing up to his family and he was pointing at his ring finger.
Yeah.
That if you tell me he doesn't care about the championship, I think you got another thing coming.
Yeah, him and his daughter.
And so I think that's just a little bit. It's just what we find joy in is maybe not the same for everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've heard Nick Saban say, you know, one thing he hates about, you know, playing for national championships is he's missing out on recruiting.
Yeah, because what's the lifeblood of a program?
I'm telling you, the dude he's.
But that's why he's so
just-
great. Is because he's nuts.
But he looks miserable.
Yeah.
Maybe to you, but maybe to him, he's having a great, fantastic time.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, smile.
Let me put it like this. Let me put it
Act
this.
like you're enjoying it.
Hold on.
Dude, I'm just
I got
saying,
something about
say-
Saban. When I saw the movie The Blind Side, and he was over there talking to Sandra Bullock, he had a nice big smile on his face. Wouldn't you?
It was forced.
I
It
would.
felt forced. No, it felt forced. It didn't feel.
You know
It
what,
wasn't
bro? You better watch your mouth when you talk about Sandra Bullock like that. I just gotta say, you just better watch your damn.
Oh, I'm not. Sandra Bullock. She's all right, I guess. I don't know. I love the
Heater.
movie The Heat, where her and the little chubby chick, McCarthy or whatever. It's called The Heat.
Melissa McCarthy. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's her and Sandra Bullock. The movie's hilarious. The Heat.
Great.
Anyway, Saban. I'm just saying, dude. Like, what have we done in life? But we look like we're enjoying life. Nick Saban looked like he is just pissed off. He literally looks like somebody's taken a fire poke and just stuck it right in his bung.
And his what?
in his bunghole. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just angry. He just looks
can't
so
believe-
angry. Like he's just. It just.
Maybe he likes it. Maybe he doesn't want to show any emotion because people will use it against him. Like maybe they're using his image against him right now. How about that?
All right. That's fine. Obviously, you know what? You're not gonna give me a real answer. You're just gonna dance around it.
What's your question? And I'll answer your question directly. What's your question?
Is Nick Saban the angriest man in the world? That's the
No,
question.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't personally believe he's the most angriest man in the world.
Top 5?
Wes, you have to literally think there's 8 billion people and you're going to put him in the top 5?
Oh, really? Come on, Paul.
Yes, really. There's 8 billion people on the planet.
All right, top 10.
Now, see, you're fishing. I gave you an answer. You don't like it. So you keep continuing
What?
to fish.
Where do you say he's sitting? Top 25?
I bet you when him and Miss Terry have their time alone being a couple, I bet you he's having a fantastic time. When he's out on his boat fishing, I bet he's
Miss
having a
Terry?
fantastic time.
Who's Miss Terry?
His wife, my guy.
You talking about Saban?
Yes.
You said Miss Terry though.
That's her name, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know that much.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Maybe.
I'm sorry. I watched some documentaries here and there. Speaking of documentaries, August 8th, Texas A&M Johnny Football is coming out with his Netflix documentary. Should be entertaining, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
I'm stoked for that. Have you seen any docs, James, lately?
Yeah, I was watching I watched the Conor McGregor one.
I couldn't watch it. I was like, am I watching a YouTube video? That's what it felt like.
It's behind the scenes of him losing for the past 4 or 5 years.
I was like, this is kind of lame.
Yeah.
Probably should have waited until he started winning to release it.
He's I don't know, man. I guess he's got to make money, or he's got to get his name out there when he's not fighting, which
Has been a while.
When he's gonna get out there?
It's been a while.
Yep. Doesn't look like he's fighting Michael Chandler to fulfill the promise that every fighter makes whenever being a coach on The Ultimate Fighter. It doesn't
what
look
happened?
like that's gonna happen.
Why?
He didn't enter USADA's pool, their testing pool.
Oh, so that tells me one thing.
Of course, look how big.
Look
he
at
is.
him.
Look at him. Yeah, just look at him.
Look at him.
Yeah, look at him.
Massive. Jaw structure's totally changed. Facial structure's totally changed.
Dude, it's crazy how big people can get. It's just insane. I can't imagine being that big.
Well, what is he, 5'9"?
Yeah.
200 pounds?
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about the arms and stuff like that. Like it seemed like just. How do you? First of all, how do you clean your backside when you get some of these guys?
I don't know what is it with you and the
Oh,
finish
yeah.
with the
Oh,
rear
exactly.
end today.
Thanks, Paul.
What is it with you and the rear end today?
Japanese bullets, man. You got those bidets.
It's you. What is it with you in the bunghole today?
I was trying to avoid that word, but yeah.
Hey, documentary I was talking about that I'm watching right now. I haven't finished it yet. Was Wham. I know y'all are like, what is Wham?
You mean
George
Wham
Michael's
as in
group.
George Michaels? Yes.
Okay, my bad. I know James didn't know. James,
Hey, I seen
you know?
Deadpool. I seen Deadpool. Come on.
You don't know Jitterbug? Is that what you're telling me?
Jitterbug.
Don't.
It's not Wham. It's Wham.
Jitterbug.
Yes, it technically is.
Yeah. Come on, Wes. Say it right.
Anyway, I started watching that documentary, man. That was, dude, I know I'll probably get a lot of flack for it, but, dude, Wham, George Michael, dude, that's my jam.
Okay.
Gotta have faith to fit.
Next thing he's gonna start singing is "Last Christmas." Blah, 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 blah.
Dude, that's my favorite Christmas song. Don't play.
Of course it is.
Don't play. That's my favorite Christmas song.
I knew it would be.
Dude, come on, it's a good Christmas song.
It's a fantastic song. I don't
I'm
disagree.
just saying he's got some jams, man. Fate, Wake Me Up Before You Go. What's the?
This is that Jitterbug.
He's got that one, the slow one. George Michael does.
Of course he does.
Father Figure, I think. It's a good one.
Okay, we weren't quite alive in the 80s, but yeah, I was like 2 or 3.
No.
James
Father
wasn't.
Figure was a little bit late. Father Figure was came on the same album, and I think it's Fate.
I don't know the albums. Sorry.
Careless Whispers. That was like the Wham era.
Now I know what to buy you for Christmas.
Oh, you ain't gotta buy me that, man. I got buy me on the album on wax. I definitely jam that. I got a record player now, so bring it.
My guy. DJ Big Nasty in the mix.
Boogeyman.
He's
going back to
your
that.
late night boogeyman.
It was DJ Boogie. It was the Boogeyman.
DJ Boogie.
It was the Boogeyman.
Bum.
I think I still got my cards around here somewhere.
Oh,
He has cards.
Hand it out,
So 2000 and late.
Hey, if that's your business, you gotta
You never heard of Instagram, my guy?
get a card. I need a business card for the Paul Rodriguez show. That'd be good. Good idea.
You have an Instagram. You have access to the Instagram.
he still don't know how to
People
tag
don't
the show.
people don't do business cards anymore, right?
That's what I just
I get
said.
Not really. I mean,
You can.
yeah. Some people appreciate them.
What I'm saying is a card that has your stuff on it. They don't do that.
Here's the thing, though. There's only so many business cards that somebody can hold in their wallet.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
get,
no. They made fun of me for a while ago about that. So they were making fun of me every time I pull out my wallet. I had all these cards. So they made me take it all out. But they've been in there so long. So then the money wouldn't stay in my wallet. So I had to throw the wallet out. It was a Dallas Cowboy wallet. So I didn't throw it out. It's still.
of course he didn't.
I'm not throwing out anything Dallas Cowboys. But I don't use that wallet
Maybe
anymore.
that's why they're not successful. Do I hear like a cat meowing? Is that what that was?
There's no telling, dude.
What's
man,
in
I
the
don't know if y'all know
walls?
this, man, but I live in the hood, man.
You never
It's
put your phone in that wallet in the same pocket, did you?
What?
Because it never got any rings.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
We need help. We need help.
We need something. Absolutely. I'm fading. I am fading fast. Anything else before we get out of here?
Did you hear James's joke? That didn't pep you back up? No? It was pretty funny, dude. It had me rolling.
I know I can see it
Rolling,
because you keep moving.
rolling.
Rolling on the rip. Hey, R.I.P. to Tina Turner, man. Tina Turner was a great, man.
He had to get him
Said
stuff.
R.I.P. because she passed away while we were on our hiatus. But Tina Turner, man, come on.
Where are we
Give
going?
Tina some.
Sure.
She,
I think Ray
She
Liotta
was-
also passed away on our hiatus.
Yeah, he did.
who?
Ray Liotta.
Oh yeah.
We had a few people.
Yeah.
Much love out to somebody in the crowd, man. And man, I just knew him like through here. So he was a great dude though, from what I could tell, man. And he showed a lot of love to us.
Yeah, no doubt.
So man, it's the second one we lost. Whew, took a bad turn there. Anyway, so how about them Rangers?
Nah, I don't care about
First-
baseball.
Huh?
I don't care about baseball.
I was just trying to turn the tables there. I went down the road and I had to make a U-turn.
I know. I was trying to get back on a dirt road over here, but I was trying to.
Yeah.
What can we do to get back on a dirt road? I don't know.
Hey, dude, I'm my new show that I'm starting that's coming out July 18th.
Yeah.
I've talked about they're doing a spinoff of Justified.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were having your own show coming out,
No,
like on YouTube or streaming.
No. I don't have my own show. I mean, Freight asked me to help out with his taste testing thing.
Yeah, y'all should
I
do that.
might do one of those.
I would love to see
mean,
that.
I don't know. I don't think we could get through one.
Well, depends on what it is.
I think we would just argue way too much.
That's good. That's good content.
I love the kid. I love him, but I think he's a little touched.
Okay.
There's something wrong with him. I don't know, but I mean, have you ever met anybody that willingly played tennis in high school as their sport?
Yes.
To be a normal person.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, come on, man.
Yep, I did.
Be for real.
Okay, fine. Because I answer your question, then you don't believe me. All right, got it.
I'm just saying. You telling me there's nothing wrong with this dude?
There's nothing wrong with him.
The dude is off.
Okay.
He's special. No, hey, dude, I love him. Don't get me wrong, I love him.
Yep.
But you know, like, you just gotta watch your P's and Q's around him. He's a little touched.
If you say so. I haven't experienced it, but I'll agree to disagree at this time.
Dude, I'm just saying I got nothing to love for him, man. I mean,
nothing but love.
Dude, I even met up with his son to we went over some basketball stuff.
Good.
Which he made him go outside in the rain and show me his dribble skills. I was like, "Hey, man, yeah, man, maybe I could help your son with."
Who's there, Wes? Who's in the studio?
I don't know what that noise is. Something popped.
What is going? Who's? Do you have someone
Dude,
there?
I live in the hood.
You do
bro.
not. This dude lives in the suburbs. I don't know what foolishness he's talking about.
Dude,
I heard it again.
Insane. I forgot which one I was talking to. Anyway,
I want to know who. I want to know who's there now. Who's there?
I don't know who is here.
There's a certain person who's missing from the chat, so I'm kind of curious if that's who that is.
Think James is here?
Right, James is here. You're right. I apologize.
Oh, I don't know what's going on out there. It's. I'll be all right though. People, don't worry.
I'm a little concerned. I might have to.
No, I've locked the doors. The screen is locked. Oh, somebody must be setting off fireworks.
All right. 921.
Should I be the old man? Get off my lawn.
I would be. Absolutely. I would be. 921, July 11th. Fellas, let's go ahead and let's get out of this bad boy. It's been a fun day. Had a lot of information. We're looking forward to James's list for his all-time team on Monday. Let's look out for the Gold Cup tomorrow, semifinals, and then this weekend. Football is going to be here around before we know it. I think the Hall of Fame game is in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for football to be back. I'm ready for everything that goes with it, including fantasy football for the Recon League. Let me start sending out invitations for that. May have some new people. May have some new people this year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
How many people are we going to go with?
Get a head count. I don't know. Maybe 10, maybe 12. It depends. See what the participation level's like.
Is it great to be back, James? Have you missed me?
I mean, yeah, but
what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, we get. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, it's kind of like we never left. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm here.
I'm just saying, bro. If they would ask me that question, I would be like, yeah, man. I miss my bro. That's my dog, James. Holla at me.
This guy.
It's because you're a cowboy.
I was sad that we didn't get to go hang out after the show, James, last time, man.
Oh,
so you're gonna take me around the area. We're gonna hang out, see your peeps and stuff. Maybe meet the fam.
Yeah,
but I guess they were.
I'll see you in what 2-3 weeks for the draft.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks for the draft. Yeah, that's right.
All right, come on. It's up to you.
Shimon.
We knew how long it took you to get.
Shimon.
We know how long it took to get you down here the first time. So hopefully it won't take that long this next time.
Well, I mean, I'll probably need more security this time because we know what happened last time.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's.
I mean, maybe that's why I don't come there.
Maybe this coming time you don't leave. How about that?
Yeah, or don't stay there.
Or don't stay at wherever you stayed. You probably just
I'm
need to
just
stay
saying,
where you're
maybe I
at.
need more protection.
I got you, bro. I got you. As long as you just stay where you're at.
The little department, I didn't get an escort for one. Either way.
Do you need one?
Do you think I drive around here without an escort?
You want me to send the constables to meet you whenever you're getting off the toll road and they can escort you in? I have constable friends. I'll go ahead and get them. I'll work on that.
I mean, dude, I made friends at the local tire shop. My homies.
I believe you
You
did.
know, I mean, I had to wash my hands about 3 times. This dude, I think he had oil built up from 2 weeks ago.
Will you leave that man alone?
No, he was a good dude. No, my boy, I forget his name. But no, he was cool, man. He cracked me up. All he talked about it. He couldn't speak English, but all he could tell me was like how tall I was.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's it. Just these people don't leave this. People don't leave this area. So I totally understand what you're telling me right now. James, what do you got to tell the people before we get out of here?
Dark Side tomorrow.
Dark Side.
Yeah, we have something going on, so just tune in. Dark Side of the Mic on YouTube or on Facebook.
Word. Wes?
Yeah, I definitely got. I got to watch that, man. I got nothing to do tomorrow. My people
Lip
out of town.
service. Lip service.
You know what? Yeah. Dude, hey, James, it's great to see you again, man. It's been great to be back on the show.
See, now y'all are best friends.
And I just want to say
We're still live.
to everybody else, man, you know, hey, check on your peoples, everything else. To Paul,
I love you too.
do better, bro.
I love
Do
you
better.
too. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight and watching. Thank you for supporting us in every step along the journey. We're going to have some fun things coming up. I'd like to do a live show again with Wes in the building. Maybe we'll do our fantasy draft. We'll do like a live cast. But until then, thank y'all so much for tuning in. As always, love yourselves and love your neighbors. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace.